Listen up, this is self-defense class for the Urban Space Force program in the UK. Self-defense is a necessary procedure to know as a male and female human being. Self-defense from an on-attacking scummer is vital if you are in jeopardy and afraid for your life and welfare, given the psychosis and criminality of these demons. You will find, however, most people do not fall into the category of these psychopaths. Most people are quite lovely and sweet and charming and wholesome and quite ugly often, but mean well. The problem is the increment of slight detail which regards itself to utter villainy. And in that, you will need self-defense techniques born of the forge of Kung Fu. And I do not use that term lightly. Kung Fu in the Chinese, in English, literally means skill through effort. And in this, you can be Kung Fu in anything, even Christianity. You can be Kung Fu in the pen. You can be Kung Fu in the recipes. You can be Kung Fu in childs. You can be Kung Fu in trees. You can be Kung Fu in skies. You can be Kung Fu in any science you seek. Anyway, the point of self-defense is to be able to protect yourself from a violent assassin physically in the real domain. While we hold our holistic Puritan faith of good knowledge and welfare and intellectual struggle under these trying times, there are literally psychopathic, crack-induced motherfucking imbeciles who will attack you if you're not wary for no good reason other than their scum. And in that, I really recommend a neck embrace, one method, but I could break their necks and kill them in an immediate move. So morally reflect back away from that, but know that you are allowed to kill yourself to the death under God if you're being attacked. Under Exodus, I believe it is. Also, the Tami Gotchi move, which is an extraordinary move of self-defense, which usually leaves both people alive and you in a dominant position for a moment. Because if you didn't get it, you basically grab their body, put your foot behind their legs and throw them over the legs. Right? That's how to do it. Self-defense 101. Awesome maneuver. Has saved me from being killed many times. I say many, a few. Wow. It's good judo. And this, and you know, apart from that, that's about it, right? Because unless if someone is out to kill you, you've got an issue. And you've got to adapt to the position of reality that you find yourself within at that point in time. No one can train you for that. Do you understand? But with knowledge of evil methodology in the realms of the fuckers, you can outsmart them at every given high-speed move, because that is the blessing of the chosen under God, not being violent weirdos of evil, right? So God has a channeling system in the crania for all believers for a survival methodology to escape nefarious situations. This is what Hollywood makes films about in part. Where the hero's up against it and he's being fucked and the baddies are coming down and then and he's and then the light of God, it seems. And this is where Hollywood gets it right, when it does it well, which is not often. But when it does, It works like a candy dream of absolute wonder. And everyone is captivated, and everyone is saved, and the world delights in the visionary optics of man and artistry and beauty in the captivating world of storytelling. But what if you don't get it wrong? Alright. What if you put boning each other online physically in some kind of nefarious pursuit of skullduggery? Think you're going to survive the apocalypse? I doubt it. Without repentance, you schmucks. I don't need your filthy boning or your groinal activity to get a good time out of my own cranium, you know. I just sit here isolated in my own field of reference under the divine sky, wondering, how amazing am I? And this is in this that I give great thanks to the Western Empire, including the global empire of all knowledge of intelligent men. The growth and the genius of humanity combined as one uber tribe is not without issue. It is being delivered on a daily basis. And to deny that and to fight against it and to cause disruption, not a clever thing. When we have all these special people working in all sorts of places being good and doing good and giving us food and helping us and curing us and making us love again and wondering about things and just, you know, gelling with the program. There is nothing evil in that. White men are not here to dominate, they are here to lead. Do you understand? There's a difference. I could tell you so many things right now about truth, but would you believe it? I don't know. Can I get it out of my face enough, with a quick enough rapidity of vocalization by which to deliver the veritas that I seek to express? I'm not sure. But either way, I am glad to still be alive in this multicultural, non-racist, very libertarian UK under the King, who is an okay Christian by me, and I know suffers a lot of hate and persecution by haters, and that's why I don't hate King Charles, because he was thrust into the position by virtue of birth, and that is not a sin. That is his destiny. And he may be dribbly, but he's not evil. He's born of nature in a position that he has to attend in the name of a nation that is awesome by way of lineage of the dynasty of the empire. The devil, the evil one, the Antichrist, he pops out of nowhere, right? And he does things that King Charles has not yet done. Simply as that. And I don't think he will ever do. So, you know, Britain is better than a kick in the head from a Nazi boot. And I'll stand by that. Ah, Britain. Winnie the Pooh. Game, set and match. Oh dear, was that only 10 minutes? All that was only 10 minutes. All that was only 10 minutes. You want more? You want more? You want more of the knowledge, of the actuality of divinity that I wield within my cranium? No, you can't handle it. This is why I know. I'm born of divinity. Born of God. Born of knowledge of the light source of the intergalactic universe. I found it. One day in a field in Henley on LSD with my brother D. I suffered and rejoiced in two equal measures of yin-yang extremities. The rejoicing was elaborate, hilarious, divine and wonderful, at immaculate levels of empyrean seventh heaven delight and hilarity. The horror was so scary and potentially infinite in one curve of theoretical understanding that I never wish to indulge in that stuff again. The love of God is the active ingredient of our consciousnesses you are innately laden with, which do not require illicit ingredients by which to fuck you up, and they will fuck you up. The government and science behind the government's knowledge of welfare for the people is so much more sensible and reasonable than many give you credit for. Everything in the shops is pretty much kosher. The shit you get from dealers is lethal often, and you don't know where it's coming from. And I can't believe there is this schism between man and woman, of issue between trust between the cocaine dealers and the system of authority. It just seems so naff and ridiculous when you're all bad, as far as I can tell. Mainly, I don't know. I don't know if it is, but it just seems ridiculous. It's just retarded. It's such hypocrisy of Morinism. I dwell within the truth of reality now, patient alone, but splendid and different, because I know there is a fulsome, awesome Uber God watching with love over all creation. I can't express to you in science the knowledge of His name, but I know the Spirit wields the monumental form of power and sovereign virtues in love and light and wonderment and miracles. I cannot lie about this, and nor would I wish to either, for it is the sacrament of my mercy, which I received under repentance during a tortuous time. And I thank God immensely from the bottom of my heart. And I love, I give great thanks. And I also believe that Space Force has a key, and this is Trump's power. I don't think Trump is a Nazi, and I hope he's not Satan's child. I just think he's a bit amusing. Who knows? I don't. I really don't know. But everything I've said is real. If you can't handle that, if you can't tolerate that, then what are we as a human species? Both standard automaton retards of biological inferior form, urging guts in an inferior state? No. Great Britain is Great Britain, and we are a monarchy. Hence I wield my crown this night, this sacred crown, forged of my own knowledge of the rendition of God.